Esteban, Daphne here. Thank you for your lovely voice recording. I so enjoyed listening to that. It was a really very clever way of presenting yourself. Also, hey, it's going to be good for your speaking. That sounded really professional. I'm working with a lot of students at the moment doing speaking feedback. So they do recording for me. I kind of talk through it with them. So this is going well, but that was a really, really nice presentation. Very clear. How funny you are in Australia. I've got so many people in Australia now. But very interesting about Canada because what we're told by some of our students is that Canada is more flexible at the moment than Australia. So really good move to get into Canada, push your agent, find out what the details are because we've definitely had students who have got in with a lower band score to Canada than Australia. So I would definitely check that out. Uh, okay, here we go. Psychologists and family organizations. Watch out for kind of scary capital letters in here, which we don't need. So we don't need a capital letter here. It is not an actual uh, agency. It is just in general. So psychologists. Okay. Now PSY spelling here. Okay. I'm just going to do it like this, which is a bit lazy of me, but um, spelling, I think, I don't think that's spelled right. PSY. Okay, that is your spelling. Psychologists and family organizations, plural. Now, I'm cutting down your word count slightly because this is long, okay? So I just use this. It's absolutely fine. Have debated whether taking the family members in a business travel is beneficial or not. Right, you don't need the because it's general. So taking family members, and we definitely say on business travel, on a business travel, and you would again you don't need that article either. On business travel is beneficial or not. Good. Some people believe company of loved ones could increase the productivity of a person. Personally, I strongly disagree. Really nice. So already I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be interesting. You're leading me with you into this essay. This essay will argue that mixing business with family could output a negative result. Using examples could output a negative result. Ooh. Mm. I don't like that used like a verb. I mean, it's a noun normally. Um, it might be something that you hear in business, which is why I'm being a bit cautious. But technically, formally, could lead. Oh, sorry, hang on. Could uh, lead. I mean, I would just put simply could lead to a negative outcome or negative result. Whoops. I would use it like that. I mean, output and input normally are nouns, although we can input into a lecture or input into a meeting. I'm not sure if we can take output from it. Using examples, Rolling Stone, okay. To demonstrate, watch out, just typo that. Nice, okay. On the one hand, there's ample evidence that the issue of taking family on business trips, okay, could impact the relationship of its members because it's particular to the family. Okay, I kind of think though that you don't necessarily need to repeat this because you've got a lot of words anyway in here. Yeah, so I don't think you need to repeat that necessarily, but you could go, there's ample evidence that you have traveling together because we know that this is what you're talking about. You've already stated it could impact the relationship of, and then you would have to say actually the family members. Firstly, the cost generated could be extremely high for the company, as well as the family's equity. Good. Okay. Now, if you're going to talk about cost here, you would need to say the relationship of the family members in regards, or even more, get this back to the business of the businessman in relation to his company and family members. Otherwise, I'm thinking, why are you talking about cost for the company when you've just talked about family members? You need to make sure every single sentence naturally leads to the next sentence. Yeah? Family's equity, good. Okay, why? Because, yeah, hotel and travel costs would be doubled, and children may miss school, miss important school. Yeah, important school as well as their friends. So why? Secondly, efficiency of the worker cannot be as suitable as normal as, I wouldn't use the word as suitable, I go efficient or professional. Suitable is not quite right. Suitable is it suitable for me to wear this coat today, or is it too casual? That kind of thing. As a worker, you would want to be efficient or professional. Due to family disruption and distraction. So I'd go both. Show lovely Lexis here, leading to a poor working output. There you're okay. Yeah. For example, recent research by the Australian Union showed that when workers were allowed to bring their families to their jobs, to their jobs overseas, get this idea of travelling, or they're overseas or off-site, their productivity dropped 34%, increasing companies' budget accordingly. So the same 34% maybe. Must not be forgotten. Lovely. Absolutely super. Really, really nice. Very professional writing. You're kind of on a nice topic here because this is business, so this is the kind of vocab that you obviously feel pretty happy with. So that's a good paragraph. Very strong. Just this little bit. Why? On the other hand, this is why I'm taking out some words, because I need you to put in some words. Okay. Although there are cases where the company of family members can be positive and even increase the level of happiness or enrich impact on the family group cannot be. Whoa. Seriously, your sentence is here. That is one sentence, okay? Insane, but I need to breathe. So we need to kind of break this up a little bit. Although there are cases where the company of family members can be positive to improving family ties, take out that. So cut that. Let's do a nice ing. Increasing the level of happiness, even enriching the self-esteem of the worker, the impact on the family group. Now, now you need to pause here. The potentially unbalancing impact on the family group cannot be overstated. Pause there. Okay, that is a fantastic sentence. There's so much going on there. What I've done here is just get the impact of these participle clauses, these present participles, these INGs, ing, ing, ing. Okay, and then the potentially unbalancing cannot be overstated. Okay, you don't need that. This slows me down. As a reader, I want to keep reading. This slows me down. Keep going here, more emphatic. Children need to create a routine, such as going to school, enjoy. So now we're in infinitives. Going, hang on, such as, I would get this into infinitives. Routines such as go to school, enjoy extra activities, and do homework. So in the same way that we did the INGs here, we're going to do the infinitives here. So this is grammatically, this is really lovely. And stick to their work schedule. And then here, otherwise. So I just had to change it just because I've changed the infinitive. Otherwise, they would not be able to develop a normal child life. Good. For instance, an article, or maybe you could say to illustrate. Here, published by Rolling Stone stated that 50% of had interaction problems when they started. Okay, watch out for the tense. It's lovely. You're in reported speech. They had. So remember, with reported speech, you're back shifting. Started a formal job. Thus, it's possible to state beyond doubt that travelling with a family member in a business purpose could be, here I would suggest, could be psychologically, physiologically harmful. Okay, not always, but could be. And to conclude from the examples given, I firmly believe that family should be separated from family life. Here, I would say, should be separated from a. Now, labouring is different. Labouring is working really hard in a field, picking potatoes or something. So I would go from a corporate environment. I don't think you need that. I think that's a little bit too strong. But you could go. It could be suggested. And then here's your lovely conditional. If. Watch out. If a barrier. Need a subject here. If a barrier does not exist between being a parent and a worker, social issues among families, and not. So again, same problem, translation and professional life. Okay, but what a super essay. Really strong, really like that. Very, very good work indeed. You were absolutely hitting your band 7 for me. I hate making predictions, but for me this is really very good writing. Okay, you're kind of on task, staying on task, making your points really clearly. I just want a little bit more of your style and a bit less of the template now. Okay, that's what we need to do next to make this your writing. Okay, the crazy line graph. Here we go. Level of rainfall, 3 countries of the UK. Okay, overall, according to the graph, England was the country with the highest level of precipitation, average of 115 during the year. Scotland and Wales had more variable rain events. Rainfall, just simply. Despite that, these 3 had different rain behaviour. Good. July was the month where you don't need in. Either, okay, so I would take out where these, you don't need in. Either where in these countries there was, or where these countries had almost. Okay, so it's simpler to just take out the in. Well, in February, April, November, England registered higher numbers of rain. Okay, Scotland showed the latest number. The lowest number was, oh, well done. Well done. Scotland showed lowest numbers of the year. The lowest numbers of the year. You don't need that. That's just repetition with only. Well done. In contrast, you don't need to repeat Scotland. You could just have they, because we know Scotland from here. Very nice. What I really like about what you're doing here is that you are selecting and comparing, which is absolutely right. Many students give me a list of the countries. I don't want a list. I want you to select and compare, which is what you've done. The amount of rainwater in England and Scotland was 2.3 times higher than Wales. April, Scotland and Wales. Informed. I would say registered. You inform somebody of, so you'd have to inform the surveyors of, but we don't know who the people are, so just go registered or witnessed or experienced. Any of those would be okay. 3 times less rain than England. Well done. Fantastic. That's such a good answer. 2 super bits of work. Really happy. Well done. Thank you.